Hey everybody. If you've not been here before, my name is Millie and this is Crafting in My PJs. Um, Today we are going to make an adorable door hanger for the holiday season. So I'm going to show you what it looks like because I am filming this intro after I actually made the video. So here's what it looks like. Oh, isn't it cute? It says Gnome for the holidays. This is the hanger that hangs it up. And I have two little gnomes I chose to do, a girl gnome and a boy gnome. So these are Mimi Gnome and Paw Paw Gnome for my grandkids. And it will hang on our front door and it is adorable. Easy as can be. About $10, I think, in dollar store items, and then a few craft things I had at home. So if you had to get those, that might add a few. But a ring, one set of rings, two hats, the board, the pom-poms, and then the decorations, and that added $2.50 right there. If you had things at home, and the decorations I mean are these things, and if you had those at home already for other projects, you could cut that cost down right there. And I think that's it. I know I added it up and it was under $10 with the dollar store products. That doesn't include the ribbon that's putting it up that I had, glue, some vinyl, and it literally was leftover vinyl in my stash. And these little styrofoam balls that I used for the berries, those two were already in my stash. But other than that, a $10 door hanger, it's amazing. All right, so stick around. We're getting ready to go down to the craft table and learn how to do this. If you haven't already, please like the video and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like these kinds of videos. Great. All right, that's it, guys. Let's get going. All right, supplies for this video. First thing we need is a cotton mop head from Dollar Tree. They come separate from the stick, and you buy each one separately, and then you can attach whatever attachment you buy. So we just need one of these. Sorry, cockatoos in the background in the kitchen, and they hear me talking and they think they need to talk too. Two hats, two Christmas hats. All right, and let's see. Oh, some big pom-poms, again, Crafter Square. These will be the noses. A set of these round wires. They come two to a pack. Uh-oh, dropped something. They come two to a pack, and they are 8 inches in diameter. So, you're going to need both of them for this project. All right, some sort of Christmas ribbon, whatever your choice is. I kind of went with this plaid. I did buy some mini tree decorations. We'll see. I don't know if we're going to use them. I was trying to spruce up the hats a little bit so they didn't look all Santa Clausy and maybe just Christmassy. So we'll see. We might like them. We might not like them. And then we will most likely need some zip ties. Again, you can get those at Dollar Tree. They come in white and they come in black. I always grab them when I see them, so I have them hanging around. All right, so zip ties. And then we're going to need something to mount our gnomes on. So what would you like to mount them on, and how fancy or large do you want your piece to be? So that is kind of up to you at the end of this video. You'll see what I choose, but here's some suggestions. Dollar Tree sells these wood strips. They come in various sizes, various widths, and this one is the $1.25 one, but they also have them on the $3 rack and the $5 rack, and like kind of curved and bigger pieces. So that's an option to mount our gnomes on. The other thing is I bought this, I think at either Lowe's or Home Depot, and it's supposed to be like a big paint stick, and it was 3 to a pack. It wasn't expensive. That's an option. The other thing is you can find at Dollar Tree these blank DIY signs in the crafter square section. There's various sizes, colors. Well, I'm not going to say sizes, but there's definitely various colors, various finishes. So that's an option too. And I think I'm going to use this one. The star will be covered up, and I'll have the 2 gnomes on there. And then I did find this, and this was my original thought, was one of these like framed pieces. This one was a $3 piece in the craft section, and it's just called the wood panel. Oh, I guess you're supposed to use the back. I bought that thinking that's what I was going to do, and I don't know. By the time we get the gnomes made, I might change my mind. So we'll have to see what I come up with. All right. So, oops, hit the camera. Sorry. Let's get started. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our mop out of the package, and you can see it comes on this plastic piece, and literally the strings are just run through this plastic piece. The first time I did this, I cut this piece off. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is pull. And the first couple will be tight, but then immediately they will loosen up, and you can pull them gently out. And we are most likely going to use maybe the whole mop, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, so we're going to pull it all out. We're going to get rid of our plastic piece. My choice in making this project is to make a boy gnome and a girl gnome, but you may have your own choices. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the mop strings, and we're going to loop them on the wire ring. Now you'll see there's 3 sections. So I already started. I looped the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13 in the middle. If I wanted to, I could squish it over and put a couple more, and I might. And then I just went up a couple more on the side. Your hat is going to come way down, but I wanted this to cover as much as possible. So let's get to work on the second one. And let's see if I can copy my technique. All right, so I put my loop under, and then I came through it. It doesn't matter. You want to keep them even. It doesn't matter what side the loop is. Oh, you see it's underneath. I do this all the time. I just want them to be the same. So we're going to go over the top. Now that I've said it out loud, I should be able to keep up with that. I just want them all to be the same. So it doesn't really matter. We're not gluing or anything, but you can. If you really want to, you can run some hot glue along the knots on the top and make them just, I guess, a little bit more secure. I haven't found that to be necessary, but we'll see. All right, so I'm going to loop around here, filling up as much as I can, and what I'm going to do too is do the 13 in the middle like I did on the other one, 2 on either side, and then come back and see what how many strings I have left. And then I will probably just try to fill in those strings, most likely down here, to give the length to the gnome's beard. But let's see what and the girl, oops, I did it again, darn it. The girl we're going to do in pigtails. I don't know if I'm going to braid her pigtails or just loop them. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this up, and I will come right back and we'll get started on step 2. Okay, we're back. They're all strung on. I did the 13 in the center, 2 on the side, and then 6 underneath. And that was enough to fill up both rings. I did exactly the same on both of them. All right, so I don't even think the underneath part is necessary, but I had them, so I used them. So now what we need to do is we need to unravel our mop strings so they look like this, which is so cool. All right, easy peasy, not hard. I have a couple of different ways I do it. One is I can try and bring you closer. Hold on. Okay, I unravel like that, then pull apart. They do not tangle, and then pull each side apart. And then I just move it out of the way. Well, the noses are in the way here. All right, untwist a couple of times at the top, pull apart, and pull apart. The other thing you can do is you can use a, oh, it must have fallen. It fell on the floor somewhere. You can use a skewer, like a wooden skewer. I don't know where it went. So I'm going to use this. And you can place that in between the two, then pull, and then use it to pull. If you have trouble with your hands, arthritis and things, that might be easier. But I've just resorted to doing it with my hands. So we're unraveling. It's going to give us that nice full curly beard look, which is adorable. And then we're almost done with him. I mean, he's pretty close to being finished. So let's, I'm going to back you up a little bit. There we go. I'm getting a little bit better at this camera. Not much. Pull it back, and pull it back. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera so the video doesn't turn out too long. And I will come back when I've gotten both of them undone like this. We're going to put the hats on, we're going to decorate, and we're going to see where we go from there. All right, thanks. All right, second gnome done. So all I do after I get everything unraveled is I just use my fingers and I comb through. And at the end, you can definitely give him or her a little trim. All right, so let's get, we have our 2 right here, like that. Let's get our hats ready. Now the hats are just a touch too big. So we're gonna, I think I'm going to staple them in the back. I don't want to hot glue because I don't want a chance of it coming apart. But I might, maybe a combination. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so you do have 2 seams. So all we're going to do, let's see, am I close or am I far? Oh, no, we need to be farther away. Okay, so we're going to slip the hat on, and we're going to slip it all the way. Pull all your your beard down, or your hair. Let's call it hair because we do have a female version I'm doing. You're going to slip it all the way down, almost to the very end of the wire circle. And actually the hat is only going to go just about to the end, like that. All right, so to keep it there and have it not move around, I am going to flip it over. And because I don't want it to move, because I don't want my row of where I attach the hair, where I did that, I don't want that to show at all. It did on my bigger gnomes I made the other day, and I had to go back and shimmy that sucker down and re-glue it. And so I'm trying to avoid that. You see, that's perfect right there. All right, so let's see if the stapler will hold it. If the stapler won't hold it, then we might have to, ooh, I might pin it maybe, like with a safety pin. Come on, stapler. Nope. All right. Step 2. Going to come back with some safety pins. Be right back. All right. Well, plan C, I went ahead and I did hot glue. So I just stuck a bunch there in the fold, turned it over, held it so it can dry, and then I came back and I added, oops, stay. Let's stick it in there too. Oh, need more glue. All right, and then I glued it down here underneath this flap onto the mop strings, and I ran another row of glue there and put it, oops, on there, turned it over. This hat happened to be a little bit bigger. That was funny. You know, that they're not all the same size. All right, and then I did run a line of glue underneath here because I really don't want this moving. I want it covering my mop strings. All right, so now let's give them a nose. Got pom-poms, 2 noses, and since the pom-poms are white, I did this on the last one. I want to give them a little bit of color. Oops, kind of moved it around there. I'm looking for my red. All right, is this the red? Worn lipstick. Let's try this one. I did a red last time. Let's see what this looks like. And so I just took some ink. You can take, oh yeah, this is good. You can take makeup, some blush, and you can use that. So we just want to give it some color so it sticks out. And it looks like a nose. You're right. You know, a nose in the cold has a little bit of red to it, right? All right, and we're going to stick that one there. We want that to go in the center. Now, one of these is going to be the female. So I think this one, because we're going to do some pigtails. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that this pom-pom, that I glue it right here so that does not open up and show me any of the wire. Okay, so that's that one. Here, let me put this away. I don't want to dry out. Oh, and sorry that they're stored on the stand where the... All right, and this is going to be my daddy gnome. So let's see. Let's put a bunch. Our grandpa gnome. This is what I'm making it for my front door, and it's my husband and I here. So I thought the grandkids would get a kick out of it. Pawpaw and Mimi gnomes. All right, so there's that. There's our boy gnome, and here's our girl gnome. And this is where we need, I can put this back on the charger. Okay, and this is, we're going to take our, take our ribbon. It did not open up at all. All right, let's see. I'm just going to take a piece off. There's one. And I like this little buffalo plaid print. It's kind of cute. I think it's very gnome looking. All right, so let's tie a bow. When I just split her hair, let's move Paw Paw out the way. And here we have Mimi Gnome. Okay, I don't want the, let's see how I want this. I want this just like this. And then I can slide them wherever I want them. The bow, that is. The pigtail. Alright. Oh, I don't want that way. There we go. Alright, there's one. Here's two. Kind of get them the same area. And after you get your bows on, then you can kind of pull the mop strings and straighten them in different ways so that your pigtails stay where you want them. So if you want them a little more to the side, and we're gonna put them on a wooden backing, so I can also turn that around there. There we go. All right, so there's our female gnome. Now, do we need decoration for the hats? Here's our hats, and I'm probably going, I don't know, I don't think I'm leaving them straight up. These are two guys here. I'm gonna turn you off for a second and see if I can make the camera go a little bit further back so you can see a little bit more of their hats. All right, so I think I am gonna add some decoration to the hat. I decided on just one little poinsettia for the female gnome. I'll glue that right back on. And just some snowflakes for Paw Paw gnome. Now, this is all, you know, optional. You could not have those at all. All right. Now, out of all of the choices for a backdrop that I had, I chose this. And this is going to take this is going to take a little bit of work here to get it set up. So let's get started. And then I'm literally going to have to go into the other bedroom and find our drill. We had some renovations done to the house just in one room, and all of the tools and everything got stored in a spare bedroom, and I can't even walk in there. And I am determined for it not to go back in the room we just had redone, so we have to find another place for it. All right, so my thought is, let's see, one gnome here. It's gonna be his home. Not probably. I'll attach that. My female gnome here. Put her little hat like that. And now, if I wanted to, I could slide this in and just have that like that, because I'm covering up this cutout. I am going to drill a hole here to match this hole, and I will run a rope or a ribbon or something. So I could do that like that, or I can move them all the way to the edge like that, and I could maybe do his hat this way, and I could put Gnome for the holidays in the middle. So what do you think? Which one should I do? Just Mimi and Pawpaw Gnome? Or should I do Gnome for the holidays in the middle? While you're deciding, I'm going to be deciding, and I'll be back with my choice. All right, so I am back with the general consensus. I polled my children and my husband, and everybody wanted Gnome for the holidays. So this is what I've done while off camera. I've drilled a hole here, and there was already a hole here, and that's where my hanger is going to go. Then I drilled a hole 4 inches in, and another hole 4 inches in, and I took my little gnomes and I snipped on the back in their hat because I want to get to this wire. I'm going to take the tie wrap. Now, if you don't have tie wraps, you could use bread ties, anything really, to secure this. I would even say gluing, but I wouldn't want the glue to give way. All right, so there's one. Okay, and I'm going to roll this piece right here to the back. All right. Okay, and then we'll decide how this is going to go, because technically I might like glue it in some way so it doesn't move around. All right, my second one, my second tie wrap. Put it through the hole. Find my hole in my hat that I made. Where is it? Am I on the right side? I am on the wrong side, actually. That's what I'm supposed to be on. All right, I've got my little hole. I'm gonna pull it through. There we go. There we go. Snip off the edges. And there's my little Mimi gnome, which actually needs a little bit of hair help. Her braids, they're getting messed up from me moving them all around, but that's okay. We're going to get to that in a minute. Okay. All right. So now we wanted Gnome for the holidays. So I pulled out my Cricut and just pulled this up. I was able to slice it out of a couple of images. I think that's going to look good. And then I also have these cute little berries that I think will give some dimension. So and those were just styrofoam balls. They're vase fillers, again, from Dollar Tree, but I just happened to have them already here. Like I bought them to go into a candy jar that I bought in Universal for honeydukes, and I put it on my tiered tray on the table, and I change out the colored styrofoam balls for the different seasons. And now this one wasn't really a Christmas pack, but it had red and green in it. Okay. So I was able to pull out a couple of red ones. All right, there's our holidays. I wanted to do that first to get it lined up here. Okay, there's that. And we're going to pull it off. This is vinyl I had laying around. So I didn't have to go and buy any. It was actually scraps, and I was able to reuse them quite well. I keep all of my scraps. All right, let's get Gnome. I saw that in Design Space, if you're a Cricut person, they now have a heading to search for phrases, which I hadn't seen that before. I haven't been using my Cricut all that much. I'll cut out images here and there. And so I put in the phrase Gnome for the holidays. Unfortunately, that was not one that they had. But they did have something with Gnome in it. And then another one was Home for the Holidays. Well, I also see a new feature in there too, is to ungroup those images that come already grouped like that. So I was able to ungroup, and I see I could have made Gnome, I think, a little bit bigger, but that's okay. We're going to leave it just like that because I have some holly. And so our holly is going to go like this. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put the red part, the berries of the holly on, but I am going to glue my styrofoam balls on top. I just have had issues with styrofoam and glue, and like it melts the styrofoam, so I kind of want to put them on later with maybe some E6000 or something like that. All right, and I would, if I was you, if this is going to hang on your front door, I would absolutely, there's a feather in there, a purple feather. See the purple, I don't know if you can see, there's a purple feather under there. I would definitely Mod Podge over your vinyl so it doesn't go anywhere. I'm not even sure. I didn't check to see if it was permanent or temporary, repositionable, but regardless, I will probably still Mod Podge over before it hangs outside. All right, there's one set of berries. Where's my other one? There they are. Other set of berries. Oops, stay down, berry. All right, and again, I think I'm going to come with my little glittery styrofoam balls, just like that, and give it some dimension. I have two different sizes here. So I'm going to glue them right on top. Look how cute. All right, so we have Gnome for the holidays. Here's our little guy. I'm going to take my red ribbon. I am going to run it through the two holes on the side to make my hanger, and the next time you see them, they'll be hanging up on one of my doors. All right, I'll be back. And there they are, Mimi and Papa Gnome, and we are Gnome for the holidays. There you go, just strung a ribbon through the top, tied a bow, hung them on. I did kind of secure their hats, and there's the birds. I did kind of secure their hats so they fluffed up a little bit. I did not stuff anything, just left them all natural. And there you go. I think it's adorable. Simple and sweet for the holiday season. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you have a happy holidays.